You open your eyes. You were in bed for 8 hours. You did everything right. But the moment your feet hit the floor, you feel like you only slept for two. Your joints are stiff. There is a heavy fog sitting right behind your eyes. And the only way you can imagine surviving the next few hours is by dragging yourself to the coffee maker. If this is your morning, you are not broken. And this is not simply getting older. Your body is caught in a specific, identifiable pattern. A pattern with a name, a mechanism, and a solution. This is the morning cortisol trap. Welcome to Mind Body Files. Today, we are decoding why the first 60 minutes of your day control your energy, your mental clarity, and your metabolism for the next 15 hours, and why this window becomes more critical, not less, after the age of 50. Most people have been taught that cortisol is the stress hormone, something dangerous, something to suppress. But this is a fundamental misunderstanding of human physiology. Cortisol is not your enemy. In the morning, cortisol acts as your biological ignition switch. In a healthy body, the first 30 to 45 minutes after waking trigger what researchers call the cortisol awakening response. During this period, your adrenal glands release a sharp, natural rise in cortisol. This surge clears sleep inertia, activates immune function, and signals every cell in your body to begin burning energy efficiently. Research published in the journal Psychoneuroendocrinology shows that this morning cortisol surge is one of the most reliable markers of a well-regulated stress system. And studies show that after age 50, this response becomes more sensitive to disruption. The system does not fail. It simply requires more precision. The problem is not your age. The problem is what happens during the first hour of your day, often without you realizing it. Let's look at 3 common traps. Trap 1, the digital shock. The moment you reach for your phone, emails, headlines, notifications, you pull your brain out of a restorative state and into high alert reactivity. Your nervous system cannot easily distinguish between a news alert and a real threat. Cortisol spikes unnaturally. The clean ignition your body was building becomes an emergency response. The result is a strange state where you feel wired yet depleted, and you become biologically primed for an energy crash later in the day. Trap 2, the caffeine clash. This is the hardest pattern to interrupt. You wake up exhausted, so coffee feels like the obvious solution. But beneath the surface, something else is happening. During sleep, your body clears a molecule called adenosine. Adenosine is responsible for the sensation of sleepiness. When you wake up, a small amount of adenosine is still present. Caffeine does not remove adenosine. Instead, it blocks the receptors that detect it. When the caffeine leaves your system 2 to 4 hours later, the accumulated adenosine floods in all at once. What feels like a random afternoon slump is often a predictable biological consequence of early caffeine. Trap 3, light deprivation. Your brain's master circadian clock, called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, requires one specific signal to activate daytime biology. That signal is natural light entering your eyes. Without that signal, your system remains in biological twilight. Cortisol stays suppressed. Melatonin lingers, and no amount of willpower can compensate for a nervous system that believes the sun has not yet risen. But here is the encouraging part. Biology is forgiving. Research on circadian alignment consistently shows that small adjustments can produce measurable results in just a few days. You do not need an elaborate morning routine. You need a biological reset. This is the Mind Body Files morning protocol. Step 1. Light before screens. Within 30 minutes of waking, get natural light into your eyes. Step outside or stand by an open window. Even overcast daylight contains enough light intensity to activate your circadian clock. This sets your cortisol rhythm for the day and programs your melatonin release roughly 14 hours later. In other words, morning light helps you sleep better tonight. Do this before you look at any screen. Step 2, the mineral flush. Before coffee and before food, rehydrate. During the night, your body can lose up to 1 liter of water through breathing. Drink a large glass of water with a small pinch of sea salt or an electrolyte supplement. This restores fluid balance, supports adrenal function, and helps your cells produce energy efficiently. Step 3. The 90-minute delay. Wait 90 to 120 minutes before your first caffeine. Allow your cortisol awakening response to complete its natural cycle. Let adenosine clear naturally. When you finally drink your coffee, your biology will work with it, not against it. And the afternoon crash often disappears. Aging does not mean you're destined to wake up exhausted. It simply means your body operates with greater sensitivity, and when you align with its rhythms, it responds with remarkable precision. Protect the first hour of your day. You protect your metabolism, your mental clarity, your inflammation levels, and your long-term independence. One small correction in the morning can compound into years of stronger. Now, if this file gave you clarity, subscribe and turn on notifications. Each week we decode one more signal your body is sending. Calmly, clearly, and without alarm. I will see you in the next file.